Hello, welcome everyone. Schon lange nicht gemacht live, so I'm gonna make one now with Shoftim, and I don't see anyone here yet. Maybe some people will come. So the question of the week is about the Pusik, Teye Hashem, which means that you should be Tamimistic with Hashem. And Asach Juden, Asach Menschen, and Asach alle meine Menschen werden wegen Tamimis. So what is this Tamimis? What is this Tumim Tiyam Hashem Legech? What's mine this? If eine weiß, please doch mal riefen in the comments, because ich weiß nicht. Und ich kann nicht echt adresse zu sagen, ich will nur fragen die question. Ich denke, in Yeshiva haben gesagt, einen Tag auf Tag, Nacht auf Nacht, ich heute gewesen, was ist Tamimis. Und andere haben gesagt, dass die Chöike sind, was das Tamimis ist, und ich kann Tamimis, so tun nicht wissen, was das Tamimis ist. Keinem Kall, ein Pshat Advurim, Seifer Advurim ist, hat eine Sache, sich Superlatives, wenn redt, jeder, der Icke Seifer Advurim ist busy mit einer Sache, so nicht anders, wie der Goyim, that's the way he puts it at least. Nicht die aber der Zure, nicht dann part von other ways, from other Goyim, and jeder hat eine Sache different Wegen, solche scheine Wegen ist zu sagen, so wie Atmat Weiken Bashem Alekaychem, oder Achreshem Teilchi, oder verschiedene andere Wahrhaftas Hashem Alekaycho, Oise Tirui, have a lot of middes and a lot of different attributes or superlatives that he uses to reinforce his main points. And his main points are basically don't do the Zure, don't do like the Goyim do, don't do this, don't do that. And Chmeina Tumtir is eine von sei. The Parsha is basically talking against the Zure, against Mavet Lebet Devaish, with Kishev zusammen. Nobody really understands the main context, what it's talking about. And Teye Hashem Legech is like one of his nice poetic feelings that he puts in. Navzan Teye Hashem Legech, this is Kili, one of his ways of talking about it. And some Kenzan Alitzvak have spoken that Teye Hashem Legech means nothing. It just means, it's just reinforcing. As Alitzvak has looked at Vavtas Hashem Legech might not. So if you start with learn Torah and Teye Mitzvahs, so can an Litvak sagen, dass Teye Hashem Lekech meint not, dass nicht machen kein Kishif, und wir gehen not see in the VAMS, und wir gehen to the Lowy Sheke, but even though it's true textually that it's one of the superlatives that he uses to reinforce his main point, as always, and after the Rambam the Mushal, so they can't even, and brief the Sefer Mitzvahs, Mitzvah Klula is one of the words that don't really mean a specific mitzvah, it just means in general, be good Jews, listen to the Torah. Obviously this words that he uses, they also have a meaning, and we have to figure out what does it mean to be Tamim. In general, the Tamim means it got taken to mean something like naive or because that is the Gid. Ich weiß nicht, if this is the Pshat and the Chumash.
I have a question then.
You have a question?
Yeah, how
What's
come
the question?
how come no, don't show me. How come sometimes it's it has a positive connotation and sometimes it doesn't, for example, in Pesach there's the Tam, which is negatively connoted. And then Yaakov is described as Ishtam in the Torah. How would you explain this dual? Sometimes it's good, and now in this parsha it says that you have to be Tamim. So how do you? Don't show me. I don't want to be inside your life. But just explain me,
So I don't know. It's a very good question. Ich weiß, dass we can actually understand for this.
I don't know.
So,
you're the.
Oh, I'm supposed to do
Rebbe,
something here?
Yeah. Or you're Chassidim, I don't know.
So the answer is that, I don't know, so Tam V'Yish says by Eve, Ish Tam V'Yish V'Layleim, Lach Tatmim is Biggie given Eve. I think there's a few explanations, so I think I don't know, if someone knows the Pshat, Teye Hashem Lekech, what's mine this Tmim is Dik, Tmim is Dik. I don't know what it means, nobody knows what it means. I think the positive shot over here is not naive, and it means after mind is mehr as wie ganz. Also wie so lang ganz immer schön kecho and Rashi. But basically the context is that all these ma'ainen and machashvim, they're very busy about the future, and they have a lot of cheshbonos, a lot of I think it's calculations, a lot of intrigues, a lot of chatlich. In the future is gonna win the stock market and is gonna win in the Almava market, and all kinds of ideas like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Tiyah means you should be whole in the sense that you should not be living according to what was the opposite from the whole half. Like Tiyah Hashem lekecha, let Tiyah Chatzim Hashem lekecha. Let Tiyah Achramoinen and Mechash. Don't say, well, there's God, but we also have to like live our life. We have to figure out how to win in the stock market. We have to figure out what's going to be tomorrow, and therefore we're gonna live our life in a way that's like opportunistic, where it's cynically, wie es geht sein geht für Shadichem, was geht sein geht for Fanufen, was geht sein geht for all kinds of things, and which basically is more in what they do. They're just mystical ways of figuring out the future, but it's the same thing, but rational ways of figuring out the future, probably, in some sense. And so yeah, like Henry Thoreau said when they was asked him about the world to come, he said, one world at a time. So one day at a time, one thing at a time. That's the push the pshat, and then you're whole in that day. If not, you're halfway there, halfway here, halfway morgen. And in that sense, I think Tamim means earnest. It means as I feel the meinen Eden. Der Mattel so about Amas Alamul as
we're talking about the
going to see the Videl, and they asked him what's the Ikar Chassidut, or some weird question, some American question like that, and he answered him, meinen Eden. And there's nogmaals is meinen Eden. So meinen Eden is Tumim Hashem Lekecho. And the difference in people that are earnest in their life and they meinen Eden, and the people that are not meinen Eden, it's not always easy to find, but it's very simple. It doesn't mean that there are people that mean Eden, they're stupid or they're naive or they don't know the reality of their life or they're trying to hide, they're trying to be honest. Being naive, being earnest, and being mein ernst is after all the Shatin is considered the Alachachim is considered even a film weiß ja das hier das film ist ja Lowy nach Hegel kein weiß ja alles was geht sein was ist gewesen weiß alle gesprochen. But somehow you can still be earnest. You can still do. It's very hard to say because it's like something between a midah and a daya and a philosophy. Like you can say, well, there's no truth. There's no real way in which someone has to go. So what do you mean I'm going to be earnest? Earnest in what? Earnest in playing. So maybe yes. Even if you think that the world is a game, you should play fair, play in. But then there's a problem here, which is the excuse. This week I was listening to some philosophers, and she was talking about stupidity, and she was discussing if stupidity is an excuse, because there was some guy that was asked about some bad stuff that he did. He says, "Oh, it was stupid." So and he was like, so you're stupid. So if I was a 18 stupid thing, so is stupidity an excuse? And if someone says he did something really bad, and but that's gemeint there, and never. So is that an excuse? And is an excuse for all kinds of things? I think we can learn, at least from the context of the Parsha, that Tiyah is an excuse, because the pusik before that says, they go to all the rabbis, all the babas, they go to the Ma'ananim, the Chashvim, and they do everything at the right time, and they don't make chasnas and agu, and they all kinds of shtifim. And die are Tumim. So the Tumim fragt, was heißt Chilzana Tumim? They say, wirklich soll nicht gehen zu der Rebbe. Chilzana Tumim? That's not a Tumim, that's Oivachochem, like people that they go in, they have a minute, and they schicken their kinder ehrlich in the Eis for the Zura, and the Tina alles, and Tumim is sich verkehrt. So obviously, Timus is not an excuse in the sense that ich habe gemeint, so ich kann Tina so sich will, ich kann nicht schlecht meine Kinder von der Eibeschte, weil ich habe gemeint. So obviously, Tumim Tia wahrscheinlich ich gemeint, aber das auch ist nicht so far a teretz, and I don't know what the real answer is. Was kann man meiner meint Emmes again, so what do you do wrong? I don't know what he did wrong. I think maybe it was that immer Shem Lekecho man kann sagen, dass verkehrt, dass du mit ihm schnell geht, so ist der für die gibt es, we all going to the Baba. But maybe what I think is that you don't have a right to be stupid always. Efter klappe schmai, also immer schon mit der Echo, dass da sind Eibestetz kommen ab Nazis, Ingels, da Eibestetz bringen, was du mir Nazi, so say, okay, ich habe gemeint ernst, man Baba mich gesagt. So maybe in heaven they don't care about that. But that's the whole problem with Mimas, that it's not Mimas to be free and threat, that you're not supposed to think about Cheshbonis, that, well, I have a good excuse and Bezen Shalman. But in the world, arbeitet nicht, weil nebach der Yidus hat gehargert der Nazi, it doesn't help the excuse that the Nazi was in, or that he was stupid. So, maybe in that sense, there needs to be some kind of check and balance against the Tye Hashem L'Gecho, that in Bnei Uda willst du nicht sagen kann, and Yaakov Vini, that was for earlier mentioned, der Stamm, ist ein Stück der Muschel für das, dass der Kimmel und sagt, Yaakov ist Stamm, du bist der Tam wie Yusha, du bist der, maybe, you have to arbeit für 7 Jahre für der Zweit, ich habe nicht gemeint, na, mit Menschen, ga ich nicht sagen kann Stamm, das ist du a Side, das ist du a Contract, du gesagt, hey, die Geist begost, dann geht der Strick aus, das ist schon was. Aber der Eibisch, der begat am, in Oilem Emes, in Oilem Aber, ich weiß nicht, dass er Efsche Lovan Chai zu geben mit Yaakov Ishtam, but in Oilem Azeh, ich know that's my. Anyway, that was all the thoughts that we're having over here, and if anyone has more thoughts or thinks that I was saying shtissim, so shtissim is not an excuse, so please let me know that it's shtissim. Anyways, I know that it's shtissim. But take mechevna that we should try to be honest, and we should try to be earnest, and being earnest is very important in life, and many people confuse in conservative societies, there's a lot of cynicism, a lot of people that live their life in a certain way just because they think that's going to be better for Shadichem, and that's the epic from Tye Hashem L'Gecho, but that's not earnest, that's cynical. And it's very sad to see sometimes children that from the first time they voice some opinion in an earnest way, and basically the message I get from the Rebbe and the Mashgichim is, macht dich schnarisch, dass du am Weg bist, Arbeit Welt, und darfst keinen in Oilem HaSheker. So yes, true, we have to know how to live in Oilem HaSheker, but it's very important to remember the importance of being earnest. Good Shabbos, and I love you all. Some of you. Okay, good Shabbos. Good Shabbos.